Let's take them back.
Yeah, 94. As the preacher takes the pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up. As far as me, I'm still caught up in all the... Still calling my expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys in one... And the streets start trembling. It's way too many it seems. Too many witnesses. Up and down with their visions of what a street is. I call it the seesaw syndrome. Syndrome, maybe you make a mistake, you lose. And this is for the real hip-hop. So would never, ever, ever ask me, am I here to replace Guru?
Word, that's how you feel up on this track? Little try on that.
But what you trying to rap now?
Yeah, yo, Royce.
What up, man?
We just lamping in the studio, you know, doing our thing.
Okay.
Bugging out, you know.
Right.
Little test run. So,
I need you to speak with your hands. On the count of 3. Everybody now, 1, 2, 3, go!
Talk to him. Who stepped up in this rap game and seen acting fool?
Me and Preem, both names go together. A lot of frontin' like they ill.
word. I think it's time to move on to the next one.
Yeah, I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it all I give. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live. How we live. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. 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 Say they don't love us, they just love it how we live. 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 They don't love us, they just love it how we live.
You was never around, had to hold it down. We the youngest, we was thuggin', you was never found. What's that feeling? I'm the realest. All them nights I had to struggle trying to find some dinner. They don't really love me, they not really for me. When I die, is you gon' show up to the ceremony? I just bought a Bentley, just to bet you Christian Louboutin to make a switch religion. I'm not stupid, baby, but the mansion is. Me and Benji are related like we're relatives. Brought the millions in. Go and get it, I'm the shit and don't need no laxative.
I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it all I give. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live. How we live. How we live. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. 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 Say they don't love us, they just love it how we live. 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 They don't love us, they just love it how we live.
They say in due time, but my watch broke. I know. It's a cold world, but we got coats. We grinding to make it. Yes. We shining, they hate. Yes. We board or we fall. Every diamond's a flagrant. I'm signed to the pavement. I'm crossing them over. I'm backing them down. Standing tall like a soldier. These players can't hold us. It's the winner's race. Eating with Ken and Ace at a table, no dinner plates. We the best, get it straight. What's the problem, baby? Raised out of Harlem, baby. What's driving my mama crazy? They ain't trying to give it, so I gotta go get it. Harder than ever to
I
live.
get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it all I give. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live. How we live. How we live. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. 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 Say they don't love us, they just love it how we live.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida é cantar. Nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois. Mas só em pensar que sua face, tudo que eu pedisse, só você que me desse. Aí pensando Deus se esse quatro falasse. Mas que pensa aquela tão bela e singela e nem dá. Por quê? Se eu ouço a voz dela é através de alô. Se passou pela favela é porque alguém me falou. Então já que me deixou por aqui, aprendi a viver um pouco sozinho. Mas o que eu posso fazer, fia, se eu gosto da boemia. Essa noite pra mim é dia, mas posso mudar. Mas como isso é questão de tempo, então isso nem tenho muito, nem curto. Fica de canto, eu prefiro suar. Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que...
Live from New York at the home of the Knicks. It's the NBA. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Jay Crowder out there with Johnson. And it's Horford in at the 5 down low.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
Here's Thomas, following the score by Derrick Rose. Nice ball movement by Boston. Thomas gets a wide open look. Misses the three.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
That's good from Noah on the assist by Anthony.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Now Thomas. Shot clock at 5. Again, Thomas missing.
It appeared as though the spin left him a little dizzy, Kev. That may have thrown off the shot.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the way. Crowder with the steal. Will it go? It's blocked. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Thomas against Rose. Johnson in the corner. This one for 3. Boston again missing.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Deep 2 from Anthony. The shot no good. Bradley with some nice D. And Anthony sends it back. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. Outside Thomas. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Horford in the post, working on Noah. Here's Crowder. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Crowder's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
That shot wide open. Rose with the ball. 5 points in the game. Over in the corner, Lee. And there's the feed to Noah, and stolen by Horford. The dish to Thomas. Fires the three. It's rebounded by New York.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Noah dishes to Lee. In the foul on Avery Bradley. That's his first foul. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. There's a whistle and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Rose kicks to Anthony. Goes back up and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Carmelo Anthony, the third pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and, of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Stolen by Rose. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Lee's running. Now the pass to Noah. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003 all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
Horford, no luck.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Out to Lee. From deep. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Lee's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Celtics trail by 11.
Hey, guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
Boston, no good that time either.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Outside Rose. Courtney Lee is on the wing. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
And guys, Courtney Lee now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
The Knicks making a switch here. Vujacic is checked in, and a change for the Celtics. Jerebko's checked in.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Talking about Courtney Lee, you know the ball.
Can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor. Spacing. Spacing.
He's hit over 40%.
And he's also one of the best free throw shooting 2 guards in the league, Kevin. And last year, he and Conley were out of sight at the end of games. That's a wonderful combo to have 2 great free throw shooting guards late.
Lee's checked in for Sasha Vujacic. And stolen by Horford. And pushing it up, here's Boston. The Celtics working the ball around now. The offensive rebound. New York leading by 10. The drive by Anthony. Rebounded by Jerebko.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the shot is good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Down low, outside for Thomas. Lots of room. The shot is off. The Knicks go the other way with it.
And how about the interior defense here early on? They have really shut down the middle.
And that's always your first priority defensively, Greg, and I think they're doing a nice job.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Porzingis. They get it back. Noah kicks to Lee. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Noah's got 3 assists in the game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Now, here's Thomas. Will it go? He kicks it to Horford from deep. And the shot's good from Crowder. Crowder's got 6. The Knicks leading by 14. Anthony on the wing. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks.
Substitution on the court.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Left side, Jennings. Got a hand on it. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
The shot's good from Jerebko.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
And here's Jennings. To the middle. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Johnson, he's checked in for the Celtics.
Amir Johnson.
1:53 left here in the opening quarter. From deep, Thomas can't hit.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Here's Thomas, following the score by New York. The 3. Kicks it out to Bradley. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That is his first foul of the game. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Here's Hunter. Now here's Smart. Vujacic grabs the miss.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Brown the pass to Jerebko. Smart wide open. He fires. But they'll get another chance. From deep. Knicks with the rebound. And here again, the Knicks in transition. Up the court they go. Here's Kuzminskis. New York, no good that time either. Smart dishes to Jerebko. Stolen by Vujacic. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Celtics trail by 19. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Olynyk. Brown wide open. He fires. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Here's Jennings. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Got a piece of it. Olynyk with the steal. And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intense.
I feel like we're the hungriest team.
You know, I think Joakim can certainly make a case, Clark, for Chicago being that famished five, especially with Rose back on the court.
There's no doubting that, Kevin. I mean, even the addition of Gasol with his 2 rings, the way he left things in L.A., that left him with an appetite that has him still hustling.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They're crashing the offensive glass hard, too. I mean, they've dropped in several second-chance baskets.
Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then it's Rose. Then there's Noah. And it's Lee in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Olynyk can't hit.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Brown, good.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
And Rose, wide open. He shoots. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 8 points for Derrick Rose. Well, and back to Kelly Olynyk. As a coach, you have to identify the matchups where he can be effective because Clark is against explosive, long-limbed guys. They'll take advantage of him.
Yeah, they will, but in the right matchup, he's effective. He can help you. He makes 35% of his threes, has done that for the last 2 years, and I think he gives you some toughness and rebounding as well. I like him as a second-unit player.
Rose attacking, out to Lee, out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Clock at 6. Anthony kicks it to Noah. Here's Porzingis. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Thomas passes to Horford. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. New York leading by 13. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and there'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
And a fast break now for the Celtics. Thomas is running, launches a 3, and that one's good. Thomas got 6 points.
And the D really on its heels on that possession, didn't know what to do.
The drive by Lee to the middle. Noah tipped away. Stolen by Thomas. Crowder kicks to Johnson. The Celtics working the ball around now. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Oh, and it's off. They can't cash in on the break.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Johnson kicks to Crowder. Bradley, no one around him. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Outside Anthony. Rose dishes to Noah. Pass to Lee. Here's Porzingis, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson for the Knicks. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Noah. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Derrick Rose.
Lance Thomas.
Here's Lee. He's got 8. Anthony down low, defended by Crowder. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
It's hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark. But it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a ring. There's one thing that's clear, though. He's been under a lot of pressure since he's come into the league, and he hasn't been underrated in that regard.
Next minute, 44.
Celtics trail by 14. Outside Thomas. And the layup falls. Thomas got 5 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Here's Vujicic, guarded by Bradley. Outside Jennings, just 5 to shoot. Anthony down low, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The Knicks making a switch here. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Johnson with a screen on Jennings. Johnson, the pass to Bradley. And that one is stuffed right through.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
New York calls timeout.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Some changes for Boston. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Horford. And Jerebko is subbed in for Johnson. Outside Jennings. Feeds it to O'Quinn. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Boston called for the foul. The Knicks have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season. And rightfully so.
Here's Olynyk. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Thomas. He feeds it to Crowder. Bradley kicks to Jerebko. Thomas down low, covered by Vujicic. That's good. And that's now 6 points for Avery Bradley.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. Jacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes,
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And a fast break now for the Celtics. Jerebko dishes to Olynyk. Crowder, the pass to Bradley. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Taking a look at Avery Bradley, his career's been kind of up and down, Greg. Started out in high school where he developed into one of the nation's top prospects in high school.
You know, it's a great point. And as a college freshman, really established himself as one of the top defensive guards in the country, won numerous awards, then enters the draft after only 1 year.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And then for Boston. Brown comes in for Jay Crowder, and Hunter subbed in for Thomas. And the foul on Avery Bradley. That's foul number 2 for him.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. But as long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
The Celtics making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Now here's Lee. He's guarded closely to the wing right side. Stolen by Smart. Celtics passing it around. Here's Hunter, covered by Lee. It's Brown with the drive. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Noah. For New York, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. The free throw drops for Rose.
You know, with Avery Bradley, he was the 19th pick in the draft for the Celtics. The outlook for him was great, but then ball handling and shooting injury concerns flattened out his development. He had a hard time getting over the hump for a few years, but he's over it now. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Rose kicks to Lee. Back to Rose. Noah the screen. Rose goes in.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
And his average at the line stands at about 79% right now, so solid numbers in that department.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
Here's the screen. It's Brown with the drive.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And, you know, getting back to Avery Bradley, he's been dynamite the last 2 years. He's finally found consistency with the mid-range jumper and plays a complete game of basketball. With just a little more seasoning, I really feel like the sky's the limit.
Stolen. And now in transition is Lee. Here we go. Pass to Porzingis. New York, no good that time either.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
Rose dishes to Lee. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Thomas checked in for New York. Justin Holiday comes in for Rose. 46 seconds left to play in the first half. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis, and he gets it to go. Porzingis has got 8 points.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Pass to Olynyk. It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops.
Listen, the Knicks finishing at the bottom of the East last season. They didn't go into the season thinking they were in for a rough go, making last season all that more painstaking for the fan.
The steal. And Smart with a clear path to the hoop. Up the floor. Brown kicks to Jerebko. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Thomas for the finish. Botches the slam dunk finish.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
It's tipped. Here's Olynyk. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one's on Anthony. You know, it's apparent there what a leader he is. Always communicating it and keeping everyone on the floor in sync.
And, Kevin, that's such a good point. You know, it doesn't always show up in the box score, but those leadership qualities of his are just as valuable to this team as anything else that he does.
And so that's the end of the first.
Well, Carmelo, what?
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Derrick Rose taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 2 assists, And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan.
The second half just about to get going here.
What a game for Rose. 12 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Celtics, we've got Brown. Olynyk is out there with Jerebko. Then there's Smart, and it's Hunter in at the one.
How about that, breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Smart, the kick out to Brown. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, the effort and the aggression really favors them thus far. They've completely dominated the backboard.
Yes,
the Knicks leading by 7. Jennings dishes to Noah. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
The Knicks shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Can't get it to go. Good D by Johnson. Celtics trail by 9. Bradley passes to Johnson. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. And that'll be his third foul so far. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Thomas against Jennings. To the wing on the left. Vujacic kicks to O'Quinn. Kicks it out to Jennings. New York moving it around. Shot clock at 3. Nice shot by Vujacic. Vujacic has got his second bucket of the game to go.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
And so here is New York. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Crowder with the steal. Dishes to Johnson. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. It's going to be on Sasha Vujacic. I'm watching Amir Johnson, Clark. He seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
Crowder kicks to Thomas. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And he banks in the layup. Thomas got 10 points in the game.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place, he became the last 18-year-old drafted into our league. And it did take him a number of years to kind of get up to the pro speed.
Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start. And yet, there is a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
The three from Thomas, but they get it back. Great D that time from Jennings.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Vujicic kicks to O'Quinn. The feed now to Thomas. Poked loose. Now Horford. And he gets it to go. Horford's got 6.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again. I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Here's Vujicic. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Kicks to Rose. Six to shoot. Crowder pulls it in.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis comes in for Lance Thomas. Anthony's checked in for Sasha Vujicic. And Lee's subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Here's Porzingis. New York needs to get off a shot. One-on-one fast break. Here's Bradley. Now the dish to Horford. And the pass to Thomas. Johnson outside. He kicks it to Bradley. Here's Horford. Second shot opportunity. They get it back. Pass to Thomas. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
Welcome fans to the FIBA World Tournament.
Just 2 to shoot. Thomas. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Courtney Lee is on the wing. Porzingis passes to Lee. Kept alive. Out to Anthony. From deep. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Noah's got his 4th assist in this one.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want, but then he also has tremendous passing skills and instinct and the energy of a mountain lion.
Celtics trail by 9. Feeds it to Crowder. And there's Thomas with the 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Thomas got 8 points here in this quarter.
And with that 3, his 2nd of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Rose. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Thomas against Rose. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call. You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
It's Bradley on the wing. He's covered by Rose. Bradley can't get it to go. The Knicks leading by 8. To the inside. Rose dishes to Lee. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Justin Holiday's checked in for the Knicks. Last season, the Celtics had a solid 19-22 road record, Clark. Not the 500 mark most teams want, but a very good effort from a young team, and no one really expected that.
Yeah, and you think about this team that's still growing and has a lot of youth. I mean, that kind of road record, very impressive. Their fans should be feeling pretty good about what the future holds with this group.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Pass to Olynyk. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. And thinking back on the Celtics, on the road, their away record doesn't tell the whole story. They won their last 7 road games in that tremendous playoff push.
Another away from home note for the Celtics. They were 7-1 in road games against the rest of their division. Their road play was the driving factor as to why they made the playoffs.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for New York.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds. This is a tremendous solo run he's on. I mean, the kind we've seen him have so many times before.
Outside Jennings. New York moving it around. Here's Kuzminskis. He has 7. Banked in off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Smart kicks to Olynyk. Stolen by O'Quinn. And here's Jennings, the fast break opportunity. Nice shot by Vujicic. Vujicic has got 4 points in the quarter.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The Knicks leading by 10. Outside Jennings. 1:09 left to play in the third. Wide open. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there. Celtics trail by 12. Brown kicks to Jerebko. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. Now Vujicic. He has 6. And that one falls for O'Quinn.
Well, you know, last season I thought the Celtics made some strong waves in the East. I mean, they kept fighting and fighting all season long, and they ended up in the playoffs because of that never-give-up attitude.
But they recover it. Jerebko, the pass to Smart. Inside. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
They get it back. O'Quinn, the pass to Kuzminskis. Tipped away. Jerebko can't get it to go. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Knicks lead by 15. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. They've got Noah. Jennings out there with Lee. Then it's Anthony. And it's Porzingis in at the 4-man position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Bradley dishes to Horford. And he uses the glass on the layup. Horford's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Celtics. Outside Anthony. Out to Lee. Lets the three fly. They get it back. Outside Anthony. And it's sent back by Horford. Crowder kicks to Bradley. Horford the pass to Bradley. He dishes it to Crowder. Up and in from the low block. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Passes it to Porzingis.
Fellas, that's exactly the job the big guy has to do for him. Contest every rebound.
Here's Noah. Another shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
And New York making a change here. Rose is checked in. You know, at the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries. It seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
Dishes to Olynyk. Horford kicks to Olynyk. He feeds it to Crowder. 6 to shoot. Puts up the baby hook. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Olynyk.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in the hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's Horford, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Celtics trail by 12. Thomas kicks to Horford. Jacks up a 3. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 6 assists in the game.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Out to Anthony. Some nice passing by New York here. Rose attacking. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set. Ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, taking himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
That's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
Bradley dishes to Olynyk. Back to Bradley. 3-pointer, and he gets it to go.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on a roll and knock him down.
And there's the pass to Kuzminskas. Here's O'Quinn. Out left to the wing. And the foul on Avery Bradley. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here's the 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Rose against Thomas. And O'Quinn sends it back. The rebound by the Celtics. Olynyk's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Now the feed to Bradley for 3. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Olynyk.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Time to get the backup some burn anyway. This game's a wrap.
Brown is checked in for Boston. Marcus Smart comes in for Bradley. Olynyk is covering. And that one's good.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Celtics trail by 13. Thomas kicks to Horford. Inside. Here's Olynyk. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Kurt Rambis had some advice for the team in that last break. It was clear what message he was trying to get across. He said, this lead isn't big enough that we're safe. Not by a long shot. I don't want us sitting back and milking the clock. Play to win. Show some aggression. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Doris.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach its true potential over the course of the regular season.
Here's Olynyk. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Celtics really seemed to get better as last season wore on, too. GA finished the year looking very dangerous.
Kevin, with the Celtics, they were dynamite after the All-Star break. Had the second-best record in the Eastern Conference post-All-Star.
You know, one of the big things for the Celtics after the All-Star break was they played smarter. I mean, they went from the middle of the pack in terms of turnovers to a team that rarely made mistakes. Well, luckily, they've got some really solid backup. You hate to see a player DQ'd, disqualified due to fouls, but they can do a decent job of replacing his production.
2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. The Knicks leading by 10. Power down with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. Yeah, that's a good point about the Celtics and their turnovers. Last year, after the All-Star break, they were 4th in the league in limiting their mistakes. They played well beyond their years down the stretch.
Hey, kid, you ready?
Here's Olynyk.
All right, let's go.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. It hasn't always worked out, but for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
And Brad Stevens now in his 3rd year coaching the Celtics. Greg, I know you admire him from afar. Good fit for the franchise. Good fit, Clark, for a young team.
Agree with you completely on all of that. He stresses team unity and selflessness and sets the example and tone with his demeanor.
Five on the clock. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball. You know, guys, when you push it hard like that on the break, those are the easy buckets that'll be waiting for you.
Rose attacking, and that is good. And that's 13 points for Joakim Noah.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Boston. 3 points, home team.
Olynyk with it. From the left block. It's rebounded by New York. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. The first free throw is good.
At the line for your Knicks, freeze time.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
You know, there was a bunch of stuff that went wrong for the Knicks last season, and we don't have enough time to get into all of them. One thing that was at least decent was their play within the division.
Stolen by Smart. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. Offensive rebound. Kicks to Horford. The Celtics working the ball around now. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
Here's the dish to Brown. Stripped away. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Out of hand on it. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Thomas is running. Off target from outside. The Knicks leading by 9. Lee passes to Carmelo. Lee outside. Noah dishes to Carmelo. Pass to Lee. To the left wing. Rose kicks to Anthony. And that one's good.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. Feeds to Olynyk.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Knicks.
Mark, looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Joakim Noah. He was really important under the basket, making the plays down low and getting position to pull in rebounds.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Noah. Vujacic comes in for Anthony. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Lee.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Here's Olynyk. Boston, no good that time either. And so it's New York with it, and taken away by Brown. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Pulls up for 3. Nice shot by Smart.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Thomas, no good. It's Brown on the wing, guarded by Holiday. And here is Olynyk. Here's Smart. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the...
Joakim, plenty went right for the team tonight.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, Joakim Noah. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
Joakim Noah is about as well-rounded basketball player.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille